Hey everyone, I've been asked to do a room tour video. This has been a requested video for a long time. I'll just work my way around the room, kind of like when we're cleaning, and I'll show you some cool stuff that I have, and I'll tell you a bit of the backstory behind them. Starting over here, actually, just give me one sec. I'll show you this very cool pillow. So this pillow says YouTube brand cast on it, and if you recall, I did a packing video for a trip to New York. Chad and I were invited to this really awesome YouTube event called Brandcast. It's where YouTube and Google kind of talk about what's happening for the coming year with YouTube. They bring in some YouTubers, they bring in some advertisers, and they bring in some folks from Google, and they have one big party, and that was in New York City. It was a lot of fun. And Chad stole that from one of the sofas. A lot of people ask about this piece here. This is from IKEA, and it works the same as a Lazy Susan would work. So over here, there's a base and the unit spins. So on one side, there's a full-length mirror. Who doesn't love that? And then on the other side, and this is how you know I'm not a 100% neat freak, there are shelves and a cupboard. And as you can see, this has not been organized in a very long time, so it needs a bit of attention. It's where I keep all of my books, pictures, yearbooks, dictionaries, old glasses cases, all that kind of random stuff. Oh, and it has hooks on the side. It's really awesome. Now, I don't think IKEA sells these anymore. I've had that thing for probably 12 years and I love it. Over here, Chad and I have a thing for antiques, and I think I've mentioned this in some of the other videos that I've done. Many weekends during the summer, we actually go to different antique markets around Ontario, which is where we live, well, the southern Ontario area, and we kind of look for cool things to throw around the house. The nightside table that you see over there was actually painted. The hardware was painted black, and the rest of it was painted white, and it has a bit of a distressed look, so that's why you'll see some black paint coming through. There's a really cool lady who has a store in Barrie, Ontario, for those of you who are familiar with Ontario, called Anchique, and she basically takes old furniture and she repaints it and refinishes it and makes it look amazing. So Chad and I have actually purchased our set of night tables from her, as well as the armoire over there and my dresser, which you can see, I think over there, hopefully it got in. That's our nightside table situation. They are amazing and they match really well with our room. We wanted something that contrasted the black pieces of furniture that we had because we didn't want everything to be black. And you'll notice the theme in our room is pretty black, white, and tan. I think it kind of just happened that way. It wasn't really intentional. We're certainly not afraid of color. I'm sure you've seen other parts of our house. We have a really nice purple wall and some other really cool features. Our lamps and our artwork came from the same store. It's called Stacaro, and it's a European style furniture store here in Canada. There's a Montreal location, I think there's an Ottawa location, and there are a couple of Toronto locations. So we frequent that store because we just love it. It has really unique pieces and things that you don't find in every other furniture store. I like stores like Crate & Barrel and IKEA just as much as the next person, but I find that you start to recognize the same thing over and over again in different people's homes. That's why we like things like antiques and going to Stacaro, because we find unique things that other people don't have in their homes and things that we really feel express who we are. So those pieces of art used to be in our dining room, and we recently took a painting class, so we're putting one of Chad's pieces in our dining room. So to replace that, we put those two pieces above our bed, and I think they match really well. Our headboard is something that we get asked about quite a bit. It's been in a number of our videos because I've done a number of our videos right here on my bed, and the headboard comes from West Elm. So for those of you who don't know what West Elm is, it is Pottery Barn's version of an EQ3 or a Structube or perhaps an IKEA. So it's a little bit lower priced than Pottery Barn, hopefully still. They haven't raised their prices too much, but Pottery Barn is more like rustic French country, and West Elm is more modern. So we found this, we thought it was great, it fit in well with our room decor, and we picked it up. I think we got it, well, we've been in this house almost 4 years, so almost 4 years ago. Hopefully they still sell it. Our bedspread we get asked about a lot as well. Half the time I think it's really 1980s and half the time I think it's really cool. I'll tell you how I came about this bedspread. Let me grab my pillow. I think Molly was sleeping on it this morning, so yeah, there's a bit of cat hair on it. It's really cool. It's animal print, and what happened was we went to California a few years ago and we stayed at a Kimpton hotel. And Kimpton, they revamp some older hotels and they fill them with the most beautiful pieces of furniture and fabrics and textures. They're really amazing when it comes to decor. So we were there in San Francisco, and the hotel room that we stayed in had this beautiful white jacquard bedding, and it was just white zebra stripes. And the fabric, or the linens I should say, were made by a company called Fret. They're a French company. Oh gosh, and they were about $1,000 for a set. So I thought, I'm not paying $1,000. But I did hit up our local Winners/HomeSense, for you Canadians, you know what I'm talking about. And you know, I kind of wanted to find something that was similar. So we finally came across these. I was super excited. But like I say, sometimes I wonder if they're really 1980s, and other times I think they're really cool and they remind me of that trip to San Fran. Under that, you'll see that we have CIlque sheets. So these are very luxurious and lovely to sleep on. If you've ever heard anybody talk about sleeping on CIlque sheets and pillowcases, they will tell you probably the same thing. It is a wonderful experience, and once you do it, it's really hard to go back to non-CIlque sheets. So that was a bit of an investment for us, but we love them. And by the way, I'll put links to anything I can think of that you can purchase from my room tour in the description box below. Over there in the corner, you'll see there are two pictures, one on top of the other. Those are two wedding pictures. They're the only wedding pictures we have in the house, actually. We got married in August of 2011, and we got married in a place called Burlington, Ontario. So just a little bit outside of Toronto, if you will. And it was a lovely day. The only issue with our wedding day was that it was really hot and humid, so my hair looked incredible for pictures, and then by the time I walked down the aisle, and I didn't think about this ahead of time, or else I would have brought a flat iron to recurl some of my hair, but my hair was just like flat and crunchy looking and everything. So those pictures are great. The ones later on, I just kind of have spazzy hairs. The black piece over there in the corner, as well as this piece over here, those are also from Anchique. We contacted Michelle. We got them delivered to our home, and she also refinished them just a little bit differently how she had them initially painted. And that's what I love about working with, you know, people who refinish furniture in antique shops. They're so willing to work with you and to customize things exactly the way you want. Oh, the other thing I love about antiques is they're so much cheaper than regular furniture. And so often they are far better quality than anything you would buy today. Case in point, these two pieces that I'm telling you about, they are solid oak, and they needed two giant like biker guys to bring them up our stairs and put them in the house. There was no way Chad and I were gonna do it. And Chad's huge, but these guys were like biker, like giant Hulk muscles, so I knew they'd be able to handle it. The other thing you'll see is we have some pictures of the initial moon landing on our wall. So we have that one, but I think the light's actually sort of in its way right now. And then we have a couple others. Let's see if we can get them. There's our TV. Okay, so there's a footprint. And Chad really wanted these in our room, and I was like, why? It's kind of weird to have that in our room. I don't really think it works with our room's decor, and these pictures don't really make sense to me. And he said, the reason I want them in our room is because landing on the moon was one of the most incredible things that humankind has ever done. So when I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, that's something that I want to see, aside from me, of course. So you know what? I bought into that. That made a lot of sense. Hence, they are on our wall. We have a boxy in our room. This is this big dangly cord that you're seeing. We have yet to stuff it behind the wall with the TV. Boxy is awesome. We actually canceled our cable about a year ago because we figured anything we wanted to watch on TV, we could just stream or watch on Boxy. If you were thinking about doing this switch and cutting the cable, so to speak, I would strongly recommend it. It's not as scary as you think. We have these letters in our room. So we have an M, and then we have an ampersand and a C, but unfortunately the C doesn't have a base, so we leave the C up like this, like a big smile. Those are from Anthropologie. We love them, they're cute, and they're in our room. The final thing we have are some pictures. It's pretty obvious as to where this was taken, but these 4 pictures that we have just sitting on our dresser are from our trip that we took to Los Angeles / San Francisco, and we did that about 3 years ago. I had to go for a work thing, and then Chad came along and we made it a week-long vacation. And we basically stayed in Los Angeles and drove all the way up Highway 1 and ended up in San Francisco. That was our favorite trip we have ever taken, and we love California and can't wait to go back. So we have these pictures on our dresser just as a reminder of that wonderful trip, and also to remind us to work really hard so that we can go back to California and visit again. Anyway, that was a tour of my room. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Of course, love sharing my stories with you, so if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment box, and have a great day, night, or evening, or whenever it is you're watching this, and I'll see you soon.